Hello, welcome to Not for Educational Purposes, where we take a random subject we know nothing about and attempt to understand more about it using the internet, while we careen off topic and see how far away from the original purpose of the show we can get. Please be advised, this podcast is so unhinged that we lost the door centuries ago. There will be nonsense, chaos, lots of giggles, and most importantly, swearing and possibly mild sexual content. You know, all the fun stuff, not for children. Listen at your own discretion.
There we go. Perfect.
The answer is no.
Oh,
Oh, Lord. All right.
start.
Are we going? Are we recording? Are we there? Mm-hmm. Splendid. I feel like we should put this entire conversation in at some point.
Oh, I'm not cutting a bit of this out.
Oh, excellent. Welcome to Not for Educational Purposes. We're gonna look up some stuff today because that's what we're doing. Hi, I'm Kai.
Hi, I'm Jay.
Woo! We love this. Episode 2!
Yes.
We don't know what it's gonna be called yet. We'll figure that out later.
It won't be called what it is until we get done with our hilarity, or it just won't have a name, which will be will go unnamed.
The unnamed episode.
The middle
Episode
child
2.
of episodes. Yeah.
All right. What would we like to learn today?
So just so you know, I put out a thing on Instagram that was like, hey, tell us some facts that we should know, that don't sound real but are, and y'all sent in a lot of lovely things. I read some of them. They were real wonky and made me go, what? And then my brain decided to not save any of them. And since Instagram has a timer, I could not recover any of them. So I went on the Googles and am thoroughly confused from the Googles, which I feel like is fine. If you would like to send in something that you think we should learn about that is real but sounds fake, send it to friendlyneighborhoodchangeling@gmail.com. And I'll bring that up during the podcast at some point, probably. But for now, we're going to learn some stuff from the Googles. I'm just going to scroll.
Yeah.
I'm just going to scroll down here, click on something, and see what we find.
Sweet. I'm into it.
Yeah. What? An adult's blood vessels could circle the equator 4 times if they were laid end to end. What, like a single adult?
Like the blood, like as in all the veins?
An adult's blood vessels could circle the equator 4 times if they were laid end to end. That feels incorrect. Like all of the
Jesus Christ.
like all the collective adults or like an individual adult. You can't have miles of blood vessels. That feels
How do I even look that up? What do I even put into Google to find the answer to that?
I don't know. That's trippy.
Of a human's blood vessel. Wow.
Is it true?
Yeah.
What? No.
It is.
No.
It is.
How?
That's ridiculous. Like if you took every single vein in your body, like
Gross.
every single one, like the big ones and the small ones, and you laid them end to end in a line, that would be about 100,000 miles long.
I want to know who tried this. I want to know who tried to lay out a single person's veins to see how long. Like,
Oh,
how
no.
do you figure that out? How do you?
Well, I mean, this also includes capillaries. So it's got arteries, veins, and capillaries.
What the fuck is a capiturli?
A caterpillar?
A caterpillar. There are caterpillars in your body, and they climb around and apparently can circle the earth.
A capillary. So, that's like, I believe it's a cluster. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. It's right here. Capillaries connect arteries to veins. So that's
Capillary?
where capillary.
Capillary. What the?
Capillary. Yeah, I know. I could be pronouncing it wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced capillary. So they connect arteries to veins. So arteries go away from your heart. They carry the oxygenated blood, and veins carry the now oxygen depleted blood back to your heart. So arteries go away, veins go too, and capillaries are at the very, very end where all the oxygen leaves the artery.
So they're only
And then
like
it-
one-way streets except for the caterpillars.
Yeah.
Oh, oh man. I don't like that there's that many veins in a single person. That feels like we
Yeah,
have too
that's a
much
lot.
power. We're too long. Too long. I don't agree with this.
Oh no.
Oh, I do remember
Oh.
someone posting this one. If you tried a new variety of apple every day, it would take more than 20 years to try them all.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of apple varieties.
How many apples are there? Okay, how many apples are in the entire world?
How many varieties of apple are there? 30,000.
Why? Okay, are there that many
Uh,
different apples, or are there a bunch of the same apples that we've given different names? Like over here is Steve Apple, over here is Bob's Apple. Like,
You know, yes and no. I'm gonna say yes and no because I have an answer for this, kind of, just based on my own knowledge.
Okay.
I have had apples in both Amsterdam and here that are named the same thing that are entirely different apples.
how are they different? You can look. You can only have so
They're
many
just
flavors.
They're totally different. Like one of them is really like firm and juicy, and the other one's just kind of soft and gross.
That's just a bad apple. You just bit into an
not.
old apple.
They're totally different. It's like it's a completely different type of apple. But they were
No.
named the same thing.
No.
Yeah. As early as 2,500 years ago, the Romans cultivated 6 different apple varieties, and now we have 30,000.
That's because we went crazy. We were like, you know what? Instead of saving world
Yeah.
making world hunger not a problem, apples.
We're just gonna make apples.
Yeah, I mean
It'll be
that,
fine.
that could also solve world. I can't say world hunger. Oh, there we go.
There we go. You did it. I'm proud of you.
Okay, I have a question. What causes
Yes.
aphasia? Because
Aphasia.
aphasia. Do you know what aphasia is?
I do not.
I don't know the textbook definition.
Oh, an impairment of language affecting the production or comprehension of speech and the ability to read or write.
Yes.
Interesting.
What causes that?
Aphasia is always due to injury to the brain, most commonly from a stroke, particularly in older individuals. So aphasia might not be the word you're looking for.
Maybe. I've been heard of what it was. Nah, because like it's when you can't get your words right. You're over here just like saying like how like I don't know.
Yeah, aphasia is a specific language disorder that happens when you have brain damage.
Oh.
So I don't know what the word for the thing that you're thinking of is, but it is close to aphasia, but it is not aphasia.
Aphasia adjacent.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
less deadly
aphasia a little
comma.
bit to the left.
Yeah. It's the less deadly cousin.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay, so aphasia versus apraxia.
Oh, what's apraxia?
Apraxia is also a neurological disorder
Okay.
characterized by the inability to perform learned movements on command, even though the command is understood and there is a willingness to perform the movement.
So like if you
So, like, if I wanted to raise my hand,
uh-huh.
and I sent the signal to my hand to raise my hand, but nothing happened.
That's terrifying.
A little bit, yeah.
How do you fix it? Is there a way to fix it?
I don't know.
You send your
Apparently,
arm
it's
to
a very rare disorder.
you send your arm
I
to
would
the corner
assume
and
that
time
it's
it?
like a, it's definitely a nervous system issue.
Do you want to move away from bodies?
Sure.
Because apparently a humpback whale was found in the middle of the Amazonian rainforest. That's aphasia right there.
Oh my god.
Can't tell. Where is the Amazon rainforest?
It is in South America. It's in Brazil, I think.
What?
Uh,
Is that on this side of the world or the other side of the world?
this side, as in this side, the Americas, or the
Yeah, the Mercas.
Do you mean, well, yes, it's in South America, so that would be in
Is it?
this side, yes.
I thought
It
was
is in Brazil.
I thought it was in Africa.
No, that's the wrong side.
Isn't there a rainforest over there?
Oh, there's plenty of rainforests over there, yeah. Rainforests exist on the equator.
Do they?
That's where they exist. So
Why?
rainforests exist on the equator and deserts exist above and below.
Don't they have a rainforest in Canada where you are?
We have temperate rainforests. What you're talking about is tropical rainforests. We have temperate rainforests up here,
What?
which is totally different. Totally different. So tropical rainforests are very, 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 very hot.
Uh-huh.
All year round.
Okay.
There are effectively no seasons. It is just hot all the time.
Gross.
Temperate rainforests are a significantly smaller biome
So if it's very hot, why is it not a desert?
because of the humidity, because it's hot and humid. So there's lots of rain. That's why it's called a rainforest.
I
I don't remember why that exactly exists on the equator, but all of the tropical rainforests exist on the equator. And they are bordered by deserts, typically.
I didn't consider that.
Temperate rainforests are dominated by evergreen vegetation, where year-round rainfall is high and steady and frost is rare.
Huh. Okay, so the biggest question I have is how did giant humpback whale get into the Amazon rainforest?
Well, it wasn't a giant humpback whale.
Aren't all
It was
humpback
not-
whales giant?
True, but it wasn't an adult. It was smaller than that.
So what was it?
No, it was a humpback whale, but it just wasn't an adult one.
How'd it get there?
It was a
Because that makes even less sense. Even if it was like a big humpback whale, it could at least like flop because, you know, they're like a mile long. But like a little baby one would have to be like scoot, 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 scoot. And then he'd rub his little belly raw and that wouldn't be fun. Any baby
yeah, I
power.
don't know. It was 26 feet long.
It wasn't that big.
And-
That's a big.
And that's a small whale.
No, see, they're miles long. They're giant. They are a massive creature. You could not turn into one in D&D because their CR is too big.
Yeah, also, no one is quite sure how it got there.
What? No.
Scientists do not know.
What? What? It's the Bermuda rainforest.
Yes. Yeah, so humpback whales also don't really swim around Brazil in February. So the fact that it was A, near Brazil is weird. B, the fact that it was not in the water, but was in fact in the forest is even weirder.
Was it near like a river?
That's a good question.
Maybe it got
What
lost.
you got for me, CTV News?
They took a turn at the wrong canal, and he
I
ended up in the
guess.
forest. Or
Ah,
here's another.
no, that
theory.
makes sense. It was close to the mouth of the Amazon River, so it probably at high tide and then got stuck there.
Yeah. See, or
That would make the most sense.
giant eagle
I mean,
just
anything's possible.
came and like yointed it up, just whoop, and then it was like, oh, this is too heavy because I'm an eagle and I'm a bird, so I have hollow bones, and this whale does not, and so it just dropped it because it doesn't believe
Just dropped it.
in not wasting food.
Exactly. That checks out.
Yeah. All right. I need you to look up something because I want to hear your reaction. Look up snot otter.
Okay. Oh God.
I don't know what this thing is.
Oh, it's like a salamander thing.
It's gross. It's gross.
It's the Eastern Hellbender salamander.
Oh, it's got an actual name.
Yeah,
It's Pennsylvania's official amphibian.
I love that. I love that for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so-
of course.
If you lived in Pennsylvania and didn't know that, now you do. Your
Now you
official
do.
Amphibian is something that looks like something my cousin blew out of his nose.
Yep. It looks like a salamander got covered in tar, basically.
He got tarred and feathered,
Yeah.
but missed the feathers.
Yeah. Gross. Still not as gross as the gooey ducks, though. I think that tops it.
Yeah, no, gooey ducks, no one look it up, or do look it up, but then realize that you're looking up a penis fish.
Yep.
It's gross.
Yep.
Which is wild, because there are fish that also burrow under the ground that are not penis fish, but they do
That's
look
true.
gross. I forget what they're
Yeah.
called. They're like land fish.
Landfish.
Yeah, they're fish on land, but like in the mud. They're like mudfish, mud guppies.
Ah, they're literally called the walking fish.
Yeah, walking fish. I remember watching National Geographic on it or something.
So the walking fish, or ambulatory fish, is a fish that is able to travel over land for extended periods of time.
Yeah, they eat out the dirt and they make a home.
Yep. Yep.
Gross. Oh, so was NASA actually sued by 3 dudes for trespassing on Mars? Who claimed Mars? You have to own it first.
Oh my god.
Someone was like, "This ours. You can't walk here. I'm sorry." There's a fence that says "Stay out," and here you are.
They were sued. They were sued for religious reasons, believe it or not.
What?
In 1997, 3 men from Yemen sued NASA for invading Mars. The claim was that they inherited the planet from our ancestors 3,000 years ago, before the Islamic prophet Muhammad.
What? It's a planet. You can't own a planet, can you?
You know, I don't know, because I feel like the Greeks would have something to say about that.
Yeah. The Greeks had been like,
Oh no, it wasn't the Greeks. Sorry, it was the Romans, but it was also the Greeks. But the Romans were the ones that called Ares Mars.
Look, people keep trying to claim places that don't belong to them.
It's Mars is for everybody.
Yeah, and Uranus is for the gays.
Exactly. Hey.
Yes. Oh no. Bees can live inside your eyes? What?
Ew.
Is that, I want that to not be true so bad.
Ah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, they're not supposed to live there.
Obviously.
But there was a report of a Taiwanese woman who had 4 small sweat bees living in her eye.
What are sweat bees?
They are bees that are attracted to sweat.
I will no longer go outside now. Gross.
I mean, yeah, no. They're feeding off tears in the woman's eye.
Oh, then I definitely don't need to go outside.
So it wasn't in her eye, it was in her eye socket. So like not in the eyeball, in the socket that contains the eye.
Does she have an eye?
She does have an eye. They just kind of crawled in there and hung out.
See, no, I sweat and cry too much. Nope, no, that's gross. Who let us walk around on this great green earth and not be like, hey, by the way, there are bugs that could just crawl into your eyeballs and live there? No!
Yep.
Like, what about for us depressed motherfuckers? Like, that puts us at high
Yep.
risk.
Gross.
No!
Gross. They're trying to show me videos of it and I am not watching that.
Please don't. Let's move on. Look, okay, I found the perfect one. Did you know you can spend the night inside a 28-foot long, 12-foot wide potato?
Ah!
Please look this up.
Inside a potato. In an Idaho potato hotel. Of course it's fucking Idaho.
Is it an actual hotel?
Oh, the original Spud from the big Idaho potato truck is now a new hotel destination.
What?
The 6-ton potato traveled across the country on the back of a semi-truck for the Idaho Potato Commission. Local builder Christy Wolf transformed the old potatoes into a place where weary travelers can spend the night. I think you need to go here.
Yes. Okay, if anyone lives in Idaho, please let me know. Because I would
It's
like to
cute.
come
It's like
and
a little
visit.
bunker. It's like a little bunker. They basically just hollowed out the inside and like painted it with some sprayed it with some stuff to paint the walls. And they like looks like they either cut some things out for like a sink. That's weird.
How did they keep
Or
it
they
from
put
rotting?
something there. You know, that's a good question. But potatoes basically live forever.
They rot though, don't they?
Eventually, yes.
What do you mean by eventually?
I just mean like potatoes last for a really long time. That's why they're kept in cellars. Like if you keep them in the dark, they fucking live forever.
I thought they like mold and rot and become moosh.
Uncooked potatoes stay fresh for a few weeks up to a few months.
Okay.
Like that's a considerably long time.
But this giant ass potato house, bet
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
is it actually made of potato or is it made of imitation potato?
I don't know. I have no idea.
This is your job.
It's a 6-ton potato. That's what it
slacking.
says. It's the famous Idaho potatoes Facebook post.
They only want you to believe that it's a real potato. Or
I mean, it certainly looks like a real potato,
they have magical
but it also
fairies.
kind of looks like a rock. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's just a potato.
Yeah.
They all look like rocks. Oh man, I like
Yeah,
potato.
they are advertising it as a real potato.
Oh my goodness.
So, for $200, you can spend the night in a giant potato. It even got onto Food Network.
I feel like that's the appropriate. I feel like Travel and Food Network should have gotten together and like done a special report where it was just like this biggest trip. Like, you know, when they did crossovers on Disney Channel of shows, like Hannah Montana decided to go see the sweet life of Zach and Cody. Can we appreciate the sweet life of Zach and Cody and how wonderful they were at breaking stereotypes? I loved them.
Also, oh, what the fuck was his name? The name of the guy who
Mr. Mosby? No.
Mosby.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I loved him. He was so stressed all of the time.
All the time.
Did he? I swear he was gay, but I can't remember.
Well, I don't think they ever actually
Gave him a partner?
stated as much. I don't think they ever stated his sexuality at all.
In my head canon,
Ever.
he is the most gay because who would be that
absolutely.
stressed and dressed that well?
Absolutely. Headcanon. Mosby is gay.
Is this a Googleable thing?
Oh, he is on a list of TV characters that were obviously gay, but it was never discussed.
So all queer characters.
Yeah, basically. I feel like Shigo's gonna be on there.
Shigo gave off, if not lesbian, the biggest bisexual vibes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, but I ship Kim and Shigo very hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Like
I appreciate Kim and Ron just because it's cute. But like
they could be in a poly thing. It's fine.
yeah. But like Kim and Shigo had the tension, you know? I don't think they would have been good like dating.
No, but they could definitely have anger fucked. Like that's
absolutely. Absolutely.
Like she's in college and trying to fight Shigo again. Just like, I guess well,
here we are.
You know. We've been having this back and forth. It's like Batman and Joker. You know they're gonna angry fuck at least once.
Absolutely. You know they're in love a little bit.
Oh yeah. Did you know a man tried to sell New Zealand on eBay? Is that a thing?
Wow. It was an Australian comedian.
Of course it was. When did he try to do this?
Wow.
How did that work out?
Well, after eBay shut down the auction, he launched a GoFundMe campaign.
What?
He's also previously made headlines from being banned from Facebook for making fun of New Zealand.
Oh
Oh
no! Is
no.
he just a bad dude?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh God. The bidding reached $3,000 until the eBay managers pulled it down.
What? I feel like they should have just left it up for funsies.
Yeah, but then like where would the money have come from? I feel like they would have broken eBay
Probably.
because it would have never ended until
Probably.
the auction was done.
Yeah, and then someone gets real sad. And then instead of having like a whole thing of New Zealand, he just has like a little miniature version of New Zealand and sends them that. There you go, that's New Zealand. Or better yet,
Here you go. Give me my $4 million, please.
yeah. Or he could have like packaged some dirt into a bag of
That's
like
true.
pocket dirt of New Zealand. He was like, here's your own little
That's
piece
true.
of New Zealand.
Here you go. You can have. That reminds me of a thing that my mom did. There's a place in Oregon called Cannon Beach. Beautiful place. And she wanted some sand, so she took some sand from Cannon Beach, and like she wanted to make like a little Zen garden out of it. So she put it in this thing that you could make a Zen garden out of. And my friend came over one day and was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's our Cannon Beach sand. It's from Oregon." And she was like, "Oh, so when the cops come to arrest you, you can just stand on that and be like, 'Nah, I'm on American soil.'"
Yeah, would that work?
I don't think so. Because you'd have to prove that it's not sand that you just got from the beach.
I mean,
And as soon as you left it, you'd be back on Canadian soil. You'd have to stand there forever.
yeah, you just put a little tiny American flag in it. That's how you know. Because no one would be dumb enough to put our flag anywhere else.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why you don't wear an American flag when you go traveling abroad. It's because nobody likes you guys.
Everyone goes, oh, no thank you. You can leave.
Yeah, that's why you wear Canadian flags.
Yeah. Yeah! Everyone loves Canadians.
Well,
Oh, well.
that's debatable.
Oh, no.
A lot of Canadians don't like Canadians, to be honest.
Oh, why? Y'all are so fun.
Because we suck at making sure that our indigenous population is like, retaining its indigenousness.
Oh, no. Oh,
You know that
no.
whole thing that the States is also going through
That's so...
about, like erasure and stuff. Yeah, that's happening.
Oh. What? Why?
Because we suck, that's why.
Why can't we just leave people and their cultures alone? Just let people
Because-
enjoy themselves.
Because capitalism.
No, eat the
I'm
rich.
I'm gonna blame white people. Because
Yes!
white people.
Because white people.
That's why. I would like to mention that both of us are very white, but because white people.
So white people suck. No.
They do suck. We suck. We suck so hard.
Why can't you just but just let...
We're terrible.
Why? I don't understand why people can't just be nice and help other people and not try to take away the thing that makes them themselves. It's so fucking dumb. Why?
Greed and money. And we're back to capitalism, which was invented by, you guessed it, white people.
Oh, there's so much anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want the world to be okay.
Ugh, God.
Oh, my
Every so often, I look at the Thanos snap and I'm like, you know what?
Maybe. Yeah. It would be the worst way to go.
To just unexist. I think that would be the best way to go. To just no longer exist entirely in
Yeah.
a split second. That would be ideal. Mm-hmm. The other ideal would be to go like mid-orgasm, but you know.
Why?
Because you'd be like full of bliss and then you'd be done. It'd be the best ending.
I mean, I suppose. I feel like also if
right.
like something terrible was about to happen to you, instead of that, it's like done. So then you don't have to experience that.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Like if you were about to be
Excellent.
brutally murdered, then it's just like, oh, but death. Ha, wee. I don't
But
exist instead.
wee!
I guess it's unalived. It's not really
Oh.
dead. Oh wow, this
Yeah.
got morbid really quickly. I have a therapy appointment on Monday. It's fine.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else?
Oh yeah. The bumblebee bat is the world's smallest mammal.
The bumblebee bat.
Yes, and I need to know this because sky puppies are the literal best.
I love bats. Oh my god.
Is it adorable?
I mean, no. Kind of. Yes. Ish.
Ish.
Well, they just, like, this particular one just looks so gnarly. It's very fluffy, though.
Oh.
It's called the Kitty's hog-nosed bat,
What?
otherwise known as the bumblebee bat.
Kitties.
So it's got like a funky nose on it.
Oh.
But other than that, it's real fucking cute. And if I'm looking at pictures, oh, it's very small.
How small?
Oh, it's very small. Oh, wow. Adult sized is like smaller than the palm of your hand.
Oh.
It's very wee. It's a very small bat.
It's so wee.
That's so cute. Oh my goodness.
Sky puppies.
I'm more of a fan of fruit bats because I think they look cuter.
They are, and if you feed them sugar water, the little tongues are so cute.
Yeah.
Num, num, num. Little sugar water bats.
The bee hummingbird is the smallest bird.
What?
Yeah. So
So do they just name
It
everything
is-
tiny after bees? Like, there are
Probably.
smaller things.
I mean,
But bumblebees are cute.
yeah. It's about the same size. It's a little bit smaller than the bat, but it is very small. It's very small.
Did we talk about like bees technically shouldn't be able to fly?
Oh, like in terms of aerodynamics?
By physics standards, shouldn't bees like not be able to fly because they're like all bumbly and bumpy and whatnot and large?
Huh.
Is that true?
Hang on. It is a myth.
Is it a myth?
That is a myth.
Okay.
That is incorrect. It is, that quote is from the beginning of the Bee Movie.
What? No. I refuse.
The origin of the myth is uncertain, and we do know how bees fly.
How do bees fly?
A physicist, something, rough calculations on the back of a nap. Oh, the common origin story is that a Swiss physicist was asked by a female attendee at a dinner party how a bumblebee could fly since they're so much fatter relative to their wing size than things like birds. The physicist, so the story goes, did some rough calculations on the back of a napkin and concluded that a bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly. Of course, because he was doing very rough calculations, the physicist made a number of approximations, depending on the version of the story. The critical approximation is either a fixed wing approximation like an aircraft or a linearized oscillating aerofoil approximation, i.e. flapping.
I'm glad that you said flapping because I was just nodding and agreeing, hoping that you would think
I
that
didn't know what that
understand
meant
I
either.
said. Okay.
Of course, the conclusion that should be reached by this is that this approximation was invalid. If you use an approximation to prove that X is impossible, but X clearly happens, it's not that science can't explain X, it's that you use the wrong approximation.
Okay.
So,
Someone did
the thing
their
is
math
happening.
wrong.
Someone did their math wrong.
See, this is
Yes.
why, like, you showing your work shouldn't be a thing. Like, because sometimes if you show your work, you get it very wrong, and then
that's
you
if
have
you do the
proof
work
that you
wrong.
were stupid. Like, if you just were just like, yeah, that's probably true, instead of writing it down, no one would know your dumbass mistake. Problem solved.
What you discover is if you do this, is the way in which bumblebees simultaneously flap and rotate their wings during a flap creates, effectively a wind vortex above them and below them that lets them kind of
Dance on
stay
the
in
air?
the same place. That's how hummingbirds fly as well. So they actually have rotating shoulder joints, which a lot of birds don't have, and that's why they can hover. So they fly by doing this.
Okay.
They kind of like,
Go
you know
back and
how you
forth?
tread water in a pool?
Yeah.
That's how hummingbirds fly, but they're doing that to the air instead. So they're creating lift with their wings that keeps them in place. Same thing with bees and other bugs.
So this really is proof that, like, water is just another atmosphere that you can fly in. You just can't breathe.
Well, you can't breathe.
Yeah, but fishes can. I like.
Yeah.
Yes, but fishes can't breathe out of water. So, can they? Is that the
That is
reason they
true.
die?
The way that they get oxygen is not the way we get oxygen.
Okay.
So they have to filter oxygen out of water. They cannot filter oxygen out of the air. They're not built for that.
Okay. So do
Whereas
they?
we filter oxygen out of the air and not water.
So do they just breathe straight oxygen?
How do fish breathe?
Oh man, they have extra filters in their gills.
Oh, they need a constant supply of oxygen.
Okay.
So,
Don't we?
yes and no, actually. So, I mean, kind of, yes. But we have a really, really terrible, oxygen system, actually.
That makes sense.
It's really inefficient, because we have to breathe in and out through the same hole. Fish don't have to do that.
What?
Fish breathe in through their mouths and exit out the gills, so they have a constant stream of water and therefore a constant stream of oxygen.
Oh. So it's just like
So.
one like line through.
Yeah.
Like an outside
Yeah.
AC, but it brings it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild. What? Look, this is just further proof that humans are less evolved. We're bad at being alive.
We're evolved for a very specific purpose. We evolved as pursuit predators. So effectively, we're really good at endurance. We're not really good at anything else.
Oh. So we are evolved to chase things?
Yes, we are evolved to chase things for a really long time. So, like, the reason that we are mostly hairless is because we develop sweat glands so that we don't overheat when we run. So animals are covered in fur. So they overheat. They have to take breaks. They have to, like, sit down and cool off, otherwise they'll overheat and literally kill themselves. So if you can imagine being an animal and seeing a thing that's hunting you and running away like, crazy, and thinking, okay, I've lost them. And then an hour later they turn up again and you're like, fuck, now you gotta run again.
Yeah.
And eventually the animal just gets so exhausted because it's overheated itself that it just collapses. And the humans just come up and stab it. Because they're totally fine. That's what we were designed to do. We were designed to reach up and grab things, and we were designed to run very, very, very far for long periods of time.
And now we sit at computers.
Yep, we sure do. We're putting this to great use.
Yeah. So, okay, why do we have hair in certain parts of our bodies then?
That is a good question. Why do humans... I mean, we still do grow hair all over our bodies.
Yeah, but it's very
It's just
thin.
more...
Like, the reason for eyebrows is to keep the sweat out of our eyeballs.
Yes.
And eyelashes is for, like, dirt, right?
Yep.
Haha, look at me being all smart.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we lost our hair because the earth got warmer, so we didn't need it anymore, and because we were pursuit predators, so we would have to run. The ability to sweat and quickly dissipate heat. Why keep any hair then? Good question, Wired. I'm hoping you can answer that for me.
What's the point of hair?
We still got some left, and it mostly seems to serve a purpose. Eyebrows, keep sweat out of your eyes.
Uh-huh.
The hair on their head shields your noggin from the direct force of the sun. It also
Ah.
leaves an area of air between your scalp and the hair's hot surface so sweat can evaporate and cool things down. That's very cool. Head hair grows longer than other hair because these follicles remain in active growth for a couple of years instead of a couple of months. What about all the soft downy hair stuff that's barely on your body? Vellus hair, and it's safe bet that it's an evolutionary relic. So we don't need it anymore, but it's not doing any harm, so it's not going away.
Okay. So it's just like it got down enough to where it like didn't need to stay, didn't need to go, and they were just like, ah,
Yeah.
we'll just stay around for a little bit.
Yeah.
What about like underarm hair and pubic hair?
We're getting there. Pubes.
Pubes.
So-called it's androgenic hair, probably developed over millennia in response to humans' behavioral needs. Humans actually like how other humans smell.
Oh, gross.
It's real gross. I don't like it at all.
No.
Ugh.
People smell
No.
weird.
Thicker, denser hair helps hold on to scent and then disperse it. So the reason that hair grows there is because that's where the nice pheromone smells come from.
In your underarms and in your pubes?
Yep.
Oh, gross. Gross.
Yep.
Gross. No. No. I
Yep.
no longer want hair anywhere. That's gross. Ah.
Yep.
What about beards?
The difference between male and female hairiness is a little easier to explain. Physiologically, it's simple. Men are hairier than women because they have more androgenic hormones in their body, aka testosterone. More androgens, more noticeable androgenic hair. There's no real explanation as to like why certain people like the look of certain things. But yeah, the reason that people who make more testosterone tend to have more hair is because they make more testosterone. That's
And testosterone
that's the reason.
just makes hair just cuz?
It's an androgenic hormone. So yeah, basically.
That's wild.
That's like if, for example, that's why when if you ever go on T, like if you're transitioning from assigned female at birth to not, then you start to grow hair in places that you did not grow hair before.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wild. So why are we? No, that's a dumb question. That's gonna be a dumb question. I already know.
No questions are dumb questions.
I was about to ask, well, why are bone structures different? Like, why do men have real wide like chests, and we got that weird little I don't know. Why are their body shapes different?
Because you're supposed, like, in terms of evolution, you serve different purposes, I think. Like, for example, I'm gonna say quote unquote female because gender's a construct.
Okay, blanket statement.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
all like,
Gender's a construct. We're speaking scientifically here.
yeah. This is talking about evolution.
Talking about evolutionary things. Women, quote unquote women, tend to have wider hips because they have to give birth. That is the whole purpose. You have to be able to shove a child's head through the space in your hips.
Gross.
Your
Nope.
hips are like a circular bone and there's a hole in the middle.
Ugh.
And in men, that's too small to shove a baby's head through. But in women, it's larger, so you can shove a baby's head through it.
See, this is how you know evolution is wrong sometimes, because there's no way in hell that I'm ever going to try to push a kid out of my body. And so it should have just been like, oh, we'll just make this one not we can just make this one like they can have a tiny hole and they could just like not have to deal with anything at all because they're not a girl anyway and hate kids. So
I mean, that's fair. I am a girl, and I also hate kids.
see,
And it's really unfortunate because by evolutionary standpoint, like standards, I have incredible birthing hips.
gross.
Like I would have absolutely no problem shoving a parasite out of my body, but I don't want the parasite in my body. So fuck that.
Yeah, gross. I mean, literally, it's like even evolution was like, here are some incubators. No, thank you.
Like, no, I don't want to be. Thank you very much.
Right?
Ugh.
That's
Yuck.
disgusting. Kids are gross. They feed off
Kids
you.
are gross.
They whine. They poop.
Yep.
No, thank
Yep.
you.
I have to
Anyways, huh?
I have to feed myself and whine and also poop. I don't want to take care of somebody else doing that.
Right? It's disgusting. Ugh. Man, okay, let's move on from people again. Man, supermarket apples can be a year old? What?
Oh,
Why?
I mean, well,
That sounds like aren't apples supposed to be only like a couple days old before you eat them? And if not, then they're mushy and gross.
oh. So, this is one of the reasons why I don't tend to buy unorganic apples. Because apples, there's an apple season. So if you're buying apples out of season, chances are the apples are going to be older and they have to be treated to last that long.
But can't
That's
like,
one of the,
you
that's
just,
one of the reasons why they put wax on the top. And also because it's pretty.
There's wax on it?
Yeah, apples that are super shiny?
Yeah.
Because there's wax on it. That's why they taste funny.
What? What?
Yeah,
Wax is not for eating.
Well, tell that to the apple industry.
No. Wax
It's a very, very thin amount wax, but
I
still,
don't care.
It does exist.
wax is made
Yeah.
for dropping on other people's bodies, not on putting on your apples.
Exactly. It's for external use, not for internal use.
Yes.
That's why I tend to buy organic apples though, because usually they're not sprayed with
Yeah.
wax.
Okay, so if they're out of season here, doesn't mean that they would be in season somewhere else on the earth because temperatures?
Yes, that is entirely possible. That's usually why types of apples will change in a grocery store because they're in or out of season.
Oh.
But
Can they not grow the same types of apples on the bottom of the earth and the top of?
I mean, it's not that they can't, it's just that they don't.
Why not?
Because we already have 30,000 types of apples. How many more do you want?
Well, you could condense them and just grow the same kind. You don't have to worry about it.
They don't all have the same conditions, though. I'm sure they all have different needs, which is very frustrating.
I mean, they might. You don't know. Oh, I did know this one. Most wasabi paste isn't real wasabi. It's horseradish.
Is wasabi not made from horseradish, though?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
What actually is wasabi then? What's the difference?
Wasabi is Japanese horseradish.
What?
Yeah. So I think actually that most wasabi does not contain horseradish. I think that's what you're thinking of.
Wasabi? What? No. It says that most wasabi paste isn't real wasabi. Because it's horseradish. Look, I said it all confident and shit too, and I'm questioning everything I know.
Well,
Oh no.
Hold on. Most wasabi isn't wasabi.
Says most wasabi paste isn't real wasabi. Oh man.
Okay, what is real wasabi? And why you've probably never eaten it.
I don't know.
Okay. So, I would like to look up the plant, please.
There's a plant? A wasabi plant?
Yeah, so wasabi is made from a plant,
Okay.
which is it is the Japanese horseradish. So it is made from horseradish,
Okay.
but specifically the Japanese horseradish. Real wasabi is made from the Japanese horseradish. Most wasabi
I have a
is
question real
made,
quick.
yes.
What is horseradish? Because for some reason, I keep thinking it's horse teeth.
No.
What is horseradish?
Horseradish is a type of radish.
What? It's a radish?
Yeah, so it looks kind of like ginger,
Okay.
but it's not ginger.
What is a radish? Isn't that like an onion?
Uh, yes, it is. It is close. It is related-ish to an onion. So radishes are like, you know those little red things
Yeah.
in the store with the leaves on them
Yeah.
that look like tiny onions?
Uh-huh.
Those are radishes.
So why do they call it horseradish? Why don't they just call it a radish? Spicy radish.
Because it looks different from radish.
No.
Uh,
Does
and
it
I think
look like
because,
horses?
I mean, no.
What does it look like?
It looks like ginger. It looks like ginger root. That's what it looks like, but it's less knobbly.
Okay, is
yeah.
there like a signifier that's just like this is horseradish and this is ginger radish? Like if you walk to up to it, is there a
Well,
little
ginger
fairy?
isn't a radish. Ginger is not related to horseradish. It just looks
What?
like it.
No, they can't. Look, you can't look like cousins and then not be cousins.
Yes, you can.
No.
I mean, to be fair, we kind of look like cousins, and we're not cousins.
Aren't we though? Aren't we like a copy and paste sort of version that someone went, hold on, let me mess this up a little bit. We
We're both the gay cousin, though.
we are. We are like
Hey.
we're close enough to where it'd be okay if we dated in Alabama, but anywhere else it'd be weird.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, so actual wasabi is made from specifically the Japanese horseradish. Most wasabi in North America is made from just regular horseradish,
Oh.
just normal horseradish.
So the special other kind grows just in
In Japan.
Japan? Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally knew that before you
It's
said it.
also notoriously difficult to grow, which is probably why it's not grown a lot.
Yeah. Like why? Work
Yeah.
smarter, not harder. If you can't tell the difference. Oh, did you know
Yeah, so-
lobsters taste with their feet?
Lobsters taste with their feet. I mean, that checks out. Lobsters are weird.
They are. They're like sea cockroaches. It's gross.
They are.
Are they really like in the bug
Yeah.
family?
Short bristles called hedgehog hairs line the insides of the pincers on the walking legs.
Oh.
These are akin to our taste buds, so a lobster can be said to taste with its feet. If it likes what it picks up, it passes the food along to its mouth.
I mean, that's an
Wouldn't that be
efficient way.
interesting? To be able to pick something up and immediately know what it tastes like.
Yeah,
And then to decide without even eating it if you like it or not.
but then
I mean, to be fair, you can kind of do that already. Like, I can pick up this cup and I know what it's going to taste like if I stick my tongue on it.
yeah, but like imagine if we had that power and then we had to like shake people's hands.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, you would know someone washed their hand or not, and then
Ew.
you'd be like, "This was a
Ew.
bad decision." Yeah, like I don't want to touch someone's dookie hand and be able to taste it. That's gross.
Oh, God.
No, thank you.
My brain just went to the worst place.
Where did your brain go?
It went to giving somebody a hand job and having to taste that while you do it.
Oh no, that's disgusting. Look, I
Ugh.
already on
Eh.
purpose didn't learn how to give a blowjob because gross. But I don't want to like vicariously experience that through hands.
Yeah, no.
What? Gross.
Would not recommend.
No. Ugh, no. Penises are gross.
they're weird as fuck.
They are.
They're just so awkward.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair,
Like-
so are vaginas. Like, they both look gross, but at least one is concealed.
Yeah, one's like not out in the open
Uh-huh.
and able to be stepped on and squished.
Uh-huh.
I would prefer the one that you can't step on. Thank you very much.
It's ideal.
And
It's,
also-
like, nice.
And also the one that gives you multiple orgasms. Like,
That's true.
you know.
Yeah. There are sometimes pluses. But like I don't know if it's worth the misogyny.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, man.
All right. How we doing for time, my dear?
Yeah. Do you wanna end on a weird fact?
Let's end on a weird fact. There's a company that turns dead bodies into ocean reefs. I think that's pretty fucking cool.
What? That's amazing.
I mean, there's also a company that'll put your body in like a seed sack and plant a tree.
Uh-huh. I want to
So there's,
become a
like-
tree so bad.
I want to be a tree so bad. I'd also be perfectly happy becoming a coral. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. You become part of the coral reef. Oh, we appreciate you coming to hang out with us while we learn some strange stuff. I promise not to mess it up next time. And I hope that we'll see you in 2 weeks. I hope that you come and visit. And please, not come and visit. Don't come to my house. Come and listen to us. But please, if you have any strange facts that you know that you would like us to learn about, send it to friendlyneighborhoodchangeling@gmail.com, and I will try to look at it before we podcast. But Lord knows I'm bad at planning. So,
Yeah.
thank you for hanging out with us.